Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this cast. I'm your host, Leafy Potato Style, and welcome to another NRTS 1v1 match. This time brought to you by no one in particular. I still don't have a sponsor, and probably won't ever, but that's just fine. I'd like to thank you for tuning in today. As the title suggests, we are watching a Mr. v Sunny 1v1. I managed to pick one out that does not last for 50 minutes, so I'm quite proud of that. It should be a relatively relaxed experience here. Seems like they're going to want to play on Hidden Valley. I can't remember exactly which spots they get. I believe it's cross-map, though. I think it's green and magenta. And indeed it is. Mister is the green commander versus Sunny as the magenta commander. If you don't know the two of these players, they are two of the most active players in NRTS 1v1. Very good, both of them. Mister higher rated than Sunny, but Sunny, very solid understanding of the game. Certainly, if I had to bet on one of these players, it would be Mister, but Sunny has managed to steal quite a few games. Both players going for a pretty stock standard opening. We've seen upgraded CCs fall out of favor in 1v1 just because you don't have enough militia on the map to actually hold your farms whenever you go and take them. Up CC would provide you a little bit of an economic boost, but it's not worth losing 3 or 4 farms for. That and having the militia immediately lets you compete for the middle here, which it seems both players are funneling their militia towards right now. Mister a bit passive with his militia rally point, looking to stay back, see if Sunny will commit to making a farm or a tower or something. Wants to punish that whenever possible. Sunny, meanwhile, very aggressively, just sending his militia directly to the middle of the map. As soon as a worker is available to go over there, probably will go ahead and take one of the closer farms, just so that he can get a turret or tower down as fast as possible. Mister, looking to move forward, punish Sunny for not having his militia formed up. Does have a local advantage. Will start the fight in a decent 4v3. Will pick off a militia, actually. Not bad. Love to see it. That's the goal every single time if you can manage to get it. Both players still expanding with their farms. Neither of them committing terribly heavily to their aggression. Sunny will probably be behind just a little bit, having to replace a militia. Does get a decent fight here, though. Not quite making up for the fact that he lost one in the first skirmish, but gets some good damage on Mister. Those militia will no longer want to fight for the middle. See here, again, leaning back just a bit, freeing up some time and attention to go and use their workers. Sunny will go back and make a house right now. Very early house. Sunny does favor making houses earlier than most. Mister will try to re-engage into here, but his militia are a little bit weakened. Should still get a decent fight into Sunny. Loses the first militia, though, and that's not usually a good sign. Should have started up a militia, so now it seems like we're about even. Mister will have his house done about the same time that Sunny does. Actually, he has it done sooner. Both players very early house, trying to compete for this middle with as many bodies as they can muster towards it. Right now, Mister does have that map control, but he can be shoved out of here with a decent push from Sunny. Most of the militia that are in the middle here from Mister are damaged. He knows it, he pulls them back. Sunny keeping his worker to CC, as is Mister. Mister queues up a second house immediately. It looks like Sunny's going to do the same here in a second. Both players having very conservatively taken farms around their base, and we do see that second house up for both Sunny and Mister. So, generally the same idea here. The big difference maker is going to be tactical success, not so much strategic failure. And the question is, where do they go from here? Because very often in games, what you'll see is after the second house, you have a couple different ways that things can go. If you want particularly early aggression, you can lean into a vehicle depot. More commonly, you end up dropping a third house, making a generator, and then going into some other tech. Vehicle depot would be good for pushing directly through the middle of the map here, like we see. Tank or a couple of recons could really break the stalemate. Going for an air pad is more consistent, since you can almost always manage to get some farm damage done with your chopper if you can't use it in a direct fight. It also helps punish raw light tanks, which are otherwise really great at pushing through static defense, pushing through militia. Light tanks are completely underrated. I would encourage trying to use them in your games. Just make sure that you have something to keep choppers off of you. So Sunny has his third house up, and Mister does not yet. Mister's making a play for a middle now. He's got 2 farms now in position, but he might not have enough militia to hold this. I would be very careful in this position as Mister. If you're going to make static, you want to put it behind this farm, not in front of it. Because while you don't have as much control over the middle, in that case, you at least are a lot harder to punish. Because the enemy militia will be shooting at your fully built farm first. Poking forward here, I don't know if that's the right call. Sunny's got a very formidable force. Mister looking to poke at the flank just a little bit. Start a fight in a good position. Will get a decent engagement here. Sunny almost gets a wraparound. We end up trading down some militia. And now this fight's going to go worse and worse for Mister. Sunny's militia are all fighting. Mister up against a rock. That's not where you want to be. In the end, it ends up about a wash. Sunny losing a lot of militia here because Mister started the fight pretty well, and the numbers were about even. Sunny probably getting the better end of that trade, though. He's got a lot of housing, which it's going to be hard for him to fill immediately. Mister just now having his third house and working on that generator. Sunny, meanwhile, working on his, what is that, 6th house? See, very, very aggressive farming here, or very aggressive housing, rather, here from Sunny. It's not the most common move in the whole world, but taking decent militia fights, we see air pad drop for Sunny. It's the right call to make. If you're in a decent position now, but you're a little bit behind on militia, you can very easily start swinging things with an air pad. Heck, it allows you to skirmish for an advantage. Mister, again, trying to poke in a lot of damage to militia, though. Sunny just got some fresh reinforcements. Mister loses 3 militia for basically nothing. Sunny now has a militia advantage. Make that 4 for Mister. He's going to poke away at this forward farm. Mister is not going to be able to get this tower down, I don't think. It just only has 1 worker in the middle. Yeah, just can't build fast enough. The farm is done. Most of Mister's militia are out of this game. And without even needing the chopper to be in this fight, I mean, Mister just gets cleaned out of this middle position. Losing the tower sucks. Losing the militia sucks more because you can't replace them. At least not in any sort of numbers that can make a difference now. Sunny having a 3 militia advantage here is hard to deal with. And he's got a chopper in the sky, meaning that Mister's going to lose all of his farms, and he really can't contest Sunny taking the middle now. I'd say a bold play from Mister. The trouble is you got to have something to back that up if the opponent calls your bluff. Now, he is harassing Sunny's farms over near yellow, and I love to see that. Even though you are down in terms of your army compared to the enemies, you can at least put the hurt on them by catching them out of position. Force them to split their attention, force them to mess up on something, or just get free damage. So, very smart heads-up play from Mister, getting farm damage done while he's losing farms himself. Sort of evens this position out a little bit more. Sunny, though, has backed off of his housing now, wants to add some supply to his army. Meanwhile, Mister is housing for eco. So Mister's army is going to be relatively weak, pretty much exclusively militia going forward. And sure, militia are fine, but you only make 6 of them a minute. And even if Sunny just produces choppers, which granted that's a lot more expensive than militia, he can pretty much deal with the militia with his own choppers and nothing else. Of course, he also has a militia himself, so Mister's going to be pretty far behind in terms of army because he's just investing everything he's got into housing, trying to stop his economy from tanking too much. But I think the play here really is just stick it to Sunny. You have to whittle his economy down while he's whittling yours. And again, those 2 militia over near yellow are getting a lot of damage done for Mister. I would love, though, to see just like gung-ho. I don't know what unit you'd want to make in particular. Making choppers, not a terrible idea, but just getting something on those farms, whether you push to them and then just set up a thorn in the middle, or just having so many choppers that you can put 1 on each of Sunny's farms. I think that would be great. You contain him basically to his 4 CC farms and his housing. That said, once we're starting to get to the point now where Mister is significantly ahead on houses, and while Sunny is staying relatively okay in farms and is taking the middle conservatively, you love to see that rear tower there. That is the mark of someone who understands the risk that they're taking by trying to take the middle. Sunny caught a little out of position here. Will start the fight in front of his farm, pull back to end the fight. Inconclusive result. Mister gets a couple of militia of damage, and that's pretty good. But you can't really ask for much more than this. Sunny's got more militia than you. You cannot take a straight-up engagement. Mister again pulling back to a pretty fine defensive position. Sunny slowly towering forward. That rear tower providing so much insurance against Mister just trying to dive. It's very hard to wipe somebody out of the position when they are slowly towering forward, especially if they've got army around. Mister's 2 harassing militia still alive. It's about a miracle that that's the truth, but... Sunny seems to have caught up decently on his housing. Even sold the airpad for power. Figures that he doesn't really need mass choppers in this case, because Mister can't make much else. That single chopper is going to get plenty of farm damage done, and it's not going to be really used for fighting in any case. So, pretty heads up. You don't see people selling their production structures all that often in NRTS. Especially in the 3v3 games, you don't really see it too much, but doing it in a 1v1, where every dollar that you spend is very much tangible. I think freeing up the 15 power and getting some money back from that airpad is just correct. So, impressed to see it. Sunny's still taking this middle pretty well. Mister's about to have a bit of a tough decision to make. You're going to have to deal with Sunny somehow. As he's continuing to push forward here, you're running out of room with your front line. We see a worker building a tower, just trying to cut off the middle from being a useful place for Sunny to launch attacks from. Right now, it's very, very open, the middle. And so Sunny can just kind of weave in and out. Seeing that tower there now from Mister, love to see it. It's what he needs, to put it simply. Now, Sunny has a very, very scary thorn going on in the middle. He's dropped some production structure there. Meanwhile, I'd like to divert your attention down to the vehicle depot in the corner of Mister's base. Just now fired something up. Seems like Mister's maxed on housing. He very often waits till he's maxed on housing before dropping a structure. Don't hate it. You don't have to worry about whether or not you're investing correctly in army or housing when there's no more housing to be invested into. Light tank is the choice here for Mister. Not a bad one. Sunny does not have mass choppers. A single chopper can deal free damage to a light tank, sure, but it's not going to just shred it. And if it's surrounded by militia, the tank, that is, it's very hard to poke at. Excuse me. So, militia tank versus militia chopper. It's a very weird fight. Mister, though, does have his vehicle depot up and producing. Every bit of eco that he's got is going towards unit production now. Sunny is currently floating a lot of money because the majority of what he's spent has been on militia. And you can only spend 54 eco on militia, right? You can make 6 of them a minute. They're $9 each. You do the math. Now, Sunny is continuing to house, and that's pretty good. He did spend his money on a vehicle depot and an upgrade, but then he's got a hospital building in the middle as well, so he's spending some money, but he can't continue to spend money on units necessarily. We see Mister moving his entire force around towards blue right now, and Sunny doesn't really have any defense over on that side of the map. There's nothing really to slow Mister down here. Sunny will have to intercept with militia. This upgrading vehicle depot not having produced a single thing, it is just $140 ill spent. Sunny's hospital is getting some value, healing up some of the militia, but it seems like Sunny wants to go for a kill. We're doing a base race right now? I don't know how much I like that play, but we'll see how it works out. Mister's definitely got the stronger force. Sunny not having very much static defense at his base. Mister already has a turret coming up. He's got a tower in the back of the base. He's got another turret building as soon as that first one is done. Some militia here to help out. Sunny, I mean, he's got choppers and militia. Choppers out of the sky, just militia. Now, that is a scary ball of militia, but there is a light tank here for defense at Mister's base. Meanwhile, we see Sunny's forward tower just taken out immediately. Sunny doesn't have anything in the way of static defense between Mister and his base. We see Sunny's push very nearly breaking Mister's CC, but it's just not enough. Once that second light tank comes out, I mean, just everything dies. Meanwhile, there's just a massive troops over pushing towards Sunny's base, and he really doesn't have anything to stop it. There's nothing that's been producing out of this upgraded vehicle depot. Nothing comes back, and it's just GG. Ladies and gentlemen, one hell of a match from Mr. and Sunny. And I'd like to thank you for watching till the end. If you did, of course, there's links to the Discord in the description of the video. We've got a little bit of time here, so I guess a little bit about my life. Why haven't I posted almost anything in like a month, 2 months? No real reason. I really can't think of anything. Life's been pretty good. I've been playing a lot of NRTS. I've been getting a lot better. We've been experimenting with hospital rushes. So you can see some really spicy gameplay in this upcoming tournament, which I will cast, by the way. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember to stay classy.